Hi guys, welcome back. This is your host Betty, and I hope everybody's having a good day, a good week. We've been talking a lot about mental health and things that happen, chemicals, hormones, all that stuff. So I thought this was a good moment to talk about the science behind mom's brains. So basically there's this thing that people call it mom's brain. Like your brain changes a lot during pregnancy and after childbirth. Basically it's just it gets adapted to the new environment it's going to be in. So we're going to talk about the explanation about, how a mother's brain changes during pregnancy and after childbirth. So the first part is neuroplasticity. So during pregnancy, the brain undergoes significant structural changes. Research shows that increased gray matter volume in regions involved in social cognitions, such as the prefrontal cortex, the parietal lobes, and the midbrain. So basically, there's more green. The volume of the gray matter gets bigger to adjust to the new information that we're gonna absorb. These changes are thought to enhance a mother's ability to respond to her baby's needs and are associated with maternal attachment behaviors. There's also hormonal changes. For example, estrogen and progesterone. Those hormones increase during pregnancy, influencing the brain regions involved in mood regulation and emotional responses. There's oxytocin, known as the love hormone, which rises significantly during childbirth and breastfeeding, promoting bonding between mother and child. There's prolactin. This hormone supports milk production and also plays a role in nurturing behavior. And lastly, cortisol. Elevated cortisol levels can increase stress resilience, though they may also contribute to anxiety and mood swings. Basically, we talk about cortisol many times. In this case, it makes you be more resilient to the stress. It's basically like when they inject you with the virus and your body is, supposed to fight it so you get immunity. Well, this is kind of that, but then at some point it can be too much and we can have anxiety and mood swings. So, there's also cognitive enhancements like multitasking and problem solving, which studies indicate that mothers often show improvement in abilities like multitasking and problem solving, likely due to the necessity of managing multiple demands simultaneously. This is where we start getting good at multitasking. Enhanced connectivity between different brain regions facilitates better executive function and decision-making skills. So our brain is just literally working more and better, and it's getting overloaded. Also, empathy. So increased activity in the brain's reward centers in areas associated with empathy and theory of mind enhances a mother's ability to understand and respond to her child's emotions and needs. So then we get to what is called the mommy brain phenomenon. While some mothers report forgetfulness and cognitive lapses, often referred as mommy brain, research suggests that these changes are temporary and may reflect the brain's adaptation to new priorities and heightened focus on the child. And yes, forgetfulness is a thing. I feel like ever since, I was not ever very good with memory, but it just keeps getting worse. It's like my brain needs the space for other stuff. So there's certain details, other things that I cannot remember anymore. So then we get to what it is, the emotional intelligence. Motherhood increases emotional intelligence by enhancing the ability to empathize and read emotional cues. This is crucial for understanding and responding to a baby's nonverbal signals. Mothers often report heightened sensitivity to others' emotions, which can improve interpersonal relationships and social interactions. Very true. Even though I've always been very empathetic, I feel like I've just been getting more and more. It's just basically, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people need, maybe they should make a little bottle of this and inject it into people, because I feel like a lot of people need to have a little bit more like emotional intelligence and empathy. But anyway, so everyday manifestations. So mothers might notice a greater ability to read subtle emotional cues in their children and others, leading to more effective and compassionate responses in various social situations. It all sounds cool, but then there's also mental health challenges, like postpartum depression and anxiety. Common mental health issues include postpartum depression, PPD, and anxiety, affecting up to 20% of new mothers. The symptoms include persistent sadness, fatigue, changes in sleep and eating patterns, irritability, and difficulty bonding with the baby. And this is a very serious thing, which, they tell you at the hospital, if you feel like you cannot take care of yourself or the baby, or if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself or the baby, seek help. That is very important, for everyone's help. So in this case, we have to be able to recognize and address these issues. So, like I said, I encourage seeking professional help if the symptoms persist beyond a few weeks. It's normal to feel a little bit blue at the beginning, kind of like, oh my god, am I not gonna be a good mom? I'm not enough, I'm not making enough milk, I'm like, maybe he cries all the time, like I don't know how to take care of him or her. And it's just like we put so much pressure on ourselves sometimes, and we need to understand that, yes, this little baby needs us, but if we are like in a different emotional state, we're never gonna be able to take care of this baby, and this baby might receive some of those feelings or emotions that we're projecting, and that's why sometimes they get even fussier. The baby needs to feel a warm environment, a nice environment, happy, loved. Because if they feel all the stress of the mom, especially because they're drinking their blood and their hormones and everything, not the blood, oh my god, the blood, the milk, they're not vampires, the milk and everything, so, we can pass that on to the babies. So we just have to try to, I know, it's easier said than done, but, I've been there, and I felt like I wasn't gonna make it, like I was not a good mom, like this and that, but, there's also a lot of help out there. There's support groups, there's counseling, sometimes even medication that can be effective for treatment. And we have to promote like self-care practices such as adequate rest, nutrition, social support. Especially that social support is crucial. It's important to have somebody to help us. We cannot do it all alone, even if we think we're superwoman, supermom. Sometimes it's okay to have help. So then we pass to what it's called the parenting superpowers. So we also get like practical skills and abilities, such as an improved memory. I know, right? So opposite. So some studies suggest that while short-term memory might be impacted, long-term memory and the ability to remember significant details about the child improve. So yes, we might forget what we ate today, or if we ate today, but we might be able to remember a lot of details, about the child's like past or things like that, long-term memories. Also, patience and multitasking. Managing a child's needs require incredible patience and the ability to juggle multiple tasks efficiently. And that is how we get into multitasking, which at some point when the kids are a little bit older, it just makes us so distracted. Cannot finish one thing. So I feel like I've gone through a lot of, these things. I felt like having my daughter, was amazing, but it was also a hard time. It was also a hard time that I went through, like just emotionally, physically, like my body looks so different, and I was a mom and I was trying to feed her, and I felt like I wasn't going to accomplish. I was going to school and I had a job and I had a newborn. It was insane. But I did it all. Here I am, 10 years later. So it's insane, I know, right? So, that's kind of like a challenge, balancing career, personal time, motherhood. It can be challenging due to the constraints and the emotional demands of parenting. Like it's not going to be easy, but it's just one of those things that we just have to do. It's not that we have to, but, it's, we do for the child. So some tips and strategies in this case is basically, set realistic goals and prioritize tasks. Like, don't try to do everything in one day. Don't try to do everything at the same time. Like, there's so much time to do things. You don't have to do it all. In case of new moms, what they need is rest and be there with the baby, be able to feed themselves so they can feed the baby, and drink water, and, nutrition, rest, all that is very important. So if we want to, let's say, clean the kitchen, we actually can try to break the tasks into different ones. Today is going to be the dishes, tomorrow we might clean the oven if there's time, if not the day after. So we don't have to put so much pressure. Delegate responsibilities where possible. If somebody's offering for help and they can help, just take it. Let somebody else do the job while you are doing the job of making sure that this newborn stays alive. Schedule also personal time and activities that recharge your energy. If you need to go have brunch with your friends, or, just a coffee or a tea, or just a little bit of time. Maybe go get a massage. Maybe just even have 10 minutes of downtime on your own, just watching TV. Anything that can help you. Personally, you need, personal time. And also you can use technology and organizational tools to streamline tasks. So it's easier, if you have them on your phone, so you don't forget, or you write them down on a notebook, on a planner, on something. I still have that kind of brain where I can put things in my phone, I would forget. I can write things down, I would forget. And you know why? Because I keep writing so many things down that at some point it's what did I really wrote so many things and I did none of them. How? I don't know. But that's why we need a lot of tools for that. I wish I need the perfect planner to schedule really my days, kind of like a doctor's appointment. But I still haven't gotten to that. There's too many things in my brain, and I'm trying to juggle with everything still. I don't even have a newborn, and it's just insane. So like I said, it's very important to have support systems in these cases. Having a strong support network can significantly alleviate the pressure of motherhood. Family, friends, and community resources provide emotional and practical support. So there's resources and organizations, that can help. There's the Postpartum Support International, which offers resources and support for mothers experiencing postpartum depression and anxiety. And there's also La Leche League, which provides breastfeeding support and information if you're struggling with that. There's local parent groups that often, available there through social media or community centers, and these groups offer a platform for sharing experiences and advice that, maybe somebody else needs to hear. Or maybe the thing about support groups is that you get to hear somebody else struggling with the same thing you do, and then it makes you feel like less alone, or like less, you know, or more or less. What? No. So it makes you feel like you are doing everything you can, that you're not the only one struggling, and that what seems for you to be like small things, they're huge, you know. Taking care of a baby, it's just like our brains just change so much. Actually, also, you know, this one says that the volume increases during pregnancy and childbirth. So they said that I've also heard that also after, you know, everything goes back, the brain shrinks again. And that's why we have no space for a lot of the memory stuff, because we're using, you know, we can only use what we need now. So if we're not using it anymore, our brain is just gonna like take away, because it needs space for the new things we're learning. So it's just like, you know, I don't remember a lot of things from when I first had my daughter. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would be able to do things, but I feel like it also would be very different, because a lot of things have changed since I did that. Like, I didn't even get to get a blood test to find out the sex of the baby before. I mean, I did get an ultrasound, but that's up until 20 weeks, right? So now they do it like, I think 10 weeks, where they do a blood test and they tell you if it's a girl or a boy. And a lot of people do their gender reveals and all that stuff. But for me, it was, you know, I was at the ultrasound and I saw there, you know, oh, it's a girl, which is super cool. But I know that some people don't get to see what they're having because the baby keeps moving and stuff. So I don't know, things have changed way too much since I was pregnant. So I don't know that I could be able to do it now at this stage in life, but you never know. So, you know, I just wanted to give a little bit of support out there for moms, not just newborn moms, but just moms in general, because like I said, we just keep learning new stuff and we have to keep storing stuff in our brains, and it just keeps moving and changing, and just having brain mom is just like, I'm sorry, mom brain mom mom brain, it's just like the craziest thing ever. But know that you're not alone. Always reach out to someone. If no one's there, reach out to me. You know, there's always somebody that can support you. There's places, there's organizations, there's community groups. Look on Facebook. You know, if you can't find anything, you can reach out to me and I can try to help you however way I can. So, my beautiful people, I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.